Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Stacy Jackson, and I will be your instructor for Theories of Counseling, Psychology 325 for this 3-week summer session. I am super excited to be teaching this course. My preference would really be to teach it in person, but I know that this is a course that is in high demand, and being able to allow for the opportunity for students to take it even when they're not here is something that I'm happy to do, as it is material that I love teaching and I love students learning about. So I'm excited to be teaching it this summer with you all. I was looking at the roster, and there are some names that I definitely recognize from previous courses or within the department and around campus. And so for those who may or may not know me, I wanted to provide you with a bit of a video for you to see who I am, put a face to the name, a face to the feedback, the comments, the posts, emails that you will be receiving from me. I wanted to take just a little bit of time to review key aspects of the syllabus for you. I'm pulling it up here on my monitor so I can kind of scroll through it quick and just highlight some key information for you all. This first class period really is a bit of an introduction to the course, and so I wanted to provide a video of myself being able to do that, which I would have done in person if we were meeting in person. So I have on the syllabus here my office number, phone number, as well as where I'm located in Hibbard for anyone who is still on campus. I will say that I'm going to be doing quite a bit of this class from home, but if you do want to ever meet in person in my office, or if you wanted to try to schedule a phone meeting, that we could definitely do that. And really, email is going to be the best way to get a hold of me and the best way to be able to set up any of those other forms of meeting. So definitely email first, and then we can definitely set up time for any of those other things. The textbook that we're using is this one right here. It is Theory and Practice of Counseling and Psychotherapy. It's the 10th edition by Corey. I know I sent out an email the beginning of finals week letting people know that that was the textbook and to try and pick it up before they left. But I know that there's some people who were already gone prior to that point. So I'm aware that some people are gone and are waiting for their textbook to be mailed to them. My travels and the weather yesterday caused me to get into town a little bit later than I would have liked, so I actually haven't had time yet to go over to campus and scan the first couple chapters, but I will likely do that after I post this video for you guys. So that will be, so a couple chapters will be available for those people who don't have it in the next couple hours. One of the things I want to highlight with regards to kind of the description and objectives of this course is that it's absolutely a course to really review and provide an overview of a variety of different therapeutic techniques, a variety of the theoretical orientations that inform the clinical work that psychologists and counselors do. It absolutely is not one to train you or prepare you to go out into the field and conduct clinical work. There will be assignments in which you will demonstrate sort of how to do some of the different techniques that you would have read about, but by all means, I'm not expecting anyone to be experts, and I'm not expecting anyone to present to me any sort of demonstration that would suggest that you're an expert by any means. So I do want to stress that because it is an overview, and so we won't go into as much depth as I'm sure you would like with some of these different approaches, but that's not the goal or the objective of the class. So there are a variety of different ways in which I'm hoping to try to make this course as interactive and as engaging as possible. There are a couple of different in-class activities that you will do for points. There'll be quizzes and an exam that you'll do for points, and there'll be two kind of larger papers. One's a group paper and one's an individual paper that you will also do for points. So one of the first things I have under here is the online class discussions. And so there are certain class periods in which you will either respond to questions that are there, you will respond to questions as they pertain to either the chapter readings or an article or a video I have you watch. And those will be expected to be completed by 8 p.m. on those days that they are assigned. So definitely either in the pages tab in Canvas or the course schedule in your syllabus, pay close attention to when you have those online discussions and be sure to pull those up and respond by 8 p.m. Quizzes, there will essentially be a fairly short quiz each class period. It's worth 10 points. It will be available starting at noon of every class period until 11:59 p.m. One thing that I added to the syllabus that may not have been there earlier this morning or last night is these quizzes will actually be timed, and you'll have 25 minutes to complete those quizzes from the time that you pull it up and begin. So you have from noon until 11:59 p.m., but as soon as you open up that quiz, you only have 25 minutes to complete it. I would strongly encourage you to wait until the latter part of your day and engaging in the various materials for the course, just so that you've had time to really process what you've read, really talk through it, think about it, review notes that you've made, and then go ahead and complete those quizzes. You will have one exam for this class. It's a final exam. It's on the last class period. It's worth 100 points, and it's cumulative. That exam will open all day, so it'll be open from 12 a.m. until 11:59 that day. Once you open that exam, you'll have 4 hours to complete it. So again, I would encourage you to be strategic about when it is that you sit down and actually try to work on that exam, and make sure that you have that 4-hour chunk of time to be able to complete it and have done whatever prep you need to do prior to beginning that exam. Another one of the in-class assignments that you'll have are reaction papers. And so these will be reactions to readings that I might provide for you, videos that might be provided for you. There's 2 of them that require you to actually do an activity where you're recording yourself, again, demonstrating some therapeutic techniques, and then you react and respond to that particular activity or those particular activities when you have them. So those are all due 11:59 p.m. on the day that they're assigned. They're not to be in any sort of APA special format, but I do expect them to be 12-point font, double-spaced, paragraph form, things like that. And so again, pay attention to pages on Canvas, as well as your syllabus, the schedule in your syllabus, to know when those are happening and when they're due. The 2 larger papers that you have are, one of them is an interview. And for this particular assignment, I'm wanting you to interview a licensed professional within the field. This could be a licensed master's level counselor, a licensed psychologist, someone who is a licensed clinical social worker, I would also accept, but somebody who is clinically working in the field, utilizing these therapeutic techniques that you'll talk about and we'll read about in this class. I have a variety of examples of questions that you could have detailed here in the syllabus. Anything from asking them about what schooling, what educational background they have, what caused them to want to become a psychologist or a counselor or professional within this field. What was the process like to become licensed? If there's somebody who has a private practice, what caused them to go into that private practice, and what was that process like? Also questions with regards to the therapeutic environment in which they work and why, the population that they specialize in or enjoy working with and why, what sorts of diagnoses and things like that do they typically see in their particular environment or within their population. Definitely, and I have it bold in the syllabus, ask them which therapeutic approach do they utilize and why. And then also ask just about how they enjoy their work and things like that. And really the goal of this assignment is to get you to better understand what it takes to sort of be in this field, what people go through, what the process is like to become a psychologist or counselor. Again, why people utilize the various therapeutic approaches that they do, what that looks like in clinical work within certain populations and things like that. So I have in the syllabus, and I made an edit to a copy that I had previous. I have for the interview to be anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. That could be a bit long depending on, how many questions you ask and how lengthy their responses are. But I definitely want this to be a considerable amount of time and gaining quite a bit of information that you can write, a 2 to 4 page paper summarizing and sort of responding and reacting to the information they provided you. So anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes would probably be ideal for that. And that will be due on Sunday, June 16th. which is technically after we are complete for the course, but grades are not due for summer classes until the end of the summer. And so I wanted to give just a little bit of extra time in the event that you're having difficulty finding a professional to interview. But definitely I would encourage you to start looking for that person now. And if you're having difficulty and aren't able to set up an interview with somebody, let me know, and I will try to help you in the best way that I can. The other major paper that you have for this class is a Counseling the Culturally Diverse paper. And so I've posted a bunch of chapters for different ethnically diverse populations of people. And I will be putting you into groups of 4. Once I decide those groups of 4, I'll post them online. And once you figure out who your group is, I'll put instructions with regards to letting me know your preference for the different groups. So the readings are there so you can definitely look through them and see. Once you determine your group and once you submit me your top 2 choices, I will try to get you one of those 2. That particular assignment, the instructions for that is online under Canvas. It's a 5 to 7 page paper. It will be in APA format, so review APA format and review the instructions on the syllabus. Not only will you be using that chapter that I've provided there for you, but you will also be incorporating some sort of empirical research article that you will also incorporate to that paper that really speaks to clinical work with your population group that you've been assigned to for this assignment. And so that's due Thursday, June 13th. At 11:59 p.m. on Canvas. That particular class period is solely devoted to this paper, but I would strongly encourage you to not wait until that class period to get that paper done. You definitely want to start working on it before then. Let me see what else on this that I want to point out. I think the other major thing is just the schedule for the course. What is on the syllabus as well as what's under your pages on Canvas essentially are the same thing. For every class period, you'll have a chapter reading, you'll have slides to review, you will you'll alternate between discussions that you'll do online versus reaction papers. There might be both on any given day. This first class period, you have online discussions to respond to and a reaction paper, and then you'll also have a quiz for every class period. So you'll either alternate between those discussion posts online or the reaction papers, or you might have both. And then sometimes I'll add additional readings or additional videos for you to watch. It just depends. So definitely make sure to make note of the different activities you have, when they're due, what's being expected of you or required of you for each of those things. Again, for those 2 reaction papers or reflection papers that have you, reaction papers, sorry, that's what I'm calling them. The reaction papers that I'm having you do, make sure to pay close attention to those that have you recording something and upload that recording along with the paper as well. Other than that, I mean, just stay on top of your work. If you have any questions, email me, as many of you have been doing thus far. I know I sent out an email earlier with regards to either if you're working full-time or if you're taking another course or anything like that while you're doing the summer course. There are definitely some class periods that are busier than others, but we also have major assignments that you're expected to be working on at the same time, as well as a final exam that you're also expected to be preparing for throughout as well. So you'll definitely need to want to manage your time if you have, work or other obligations going on at the same time, and definitely be in communication with me if you're finding meeting some of these deadlines are challenging. The sooner I know some of these things, the sooner that I can help you. So with that being said, I think I'll end there for today. Again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to shoot me an email. I had a bit of assistance setting at Canvas for this summer course, and so there are some things that may have fallen through the cracks as a result of multiple people working to get this course set up and ready to go for today. So definitely, if you're noticing some sort of technical difficulty or things like that, definitely shoot me an email. And there's also on the Canvas homepage, there's a 24-hour hotline that you can contact as well for technical support and things like that for Canvas as well. So do not hesitate to use that as well. I will end there for now. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. Again, I'll be posting these videos kind of periodically throughout the 3-week chorus. And so you'll either be seeing me via these videos or hearing from me through response to posts online or emails that I'll send out, or announcements in Canvas and things like that. So I'm really excited for this summer chorus, and I look forward to hearing from you guys in any way or form that ends up being. So have a great Tuesday, and I will be speaking with you all again tomorrow. Bye.